Beloved, I want you to hear me today with your heart wide open. There is a promise that is not of man, but from God Himself. A promise that declares your destiny. A promise that says you are not meant to live in lack. You are not meant to settle for ordinary. Today God is speaking to you saying, you will be a millionaire. Yes, I am not talking about a wish. I am not talking about a dream that fades in the night. I am talking about a divine declaration. A word from the Creator of heaven and earth. A word that sets your future on fire with abundance. God sees your faith. He sees your perseverance. And He is saying, it is your time. It is your season. Receive it, claim it, walk into it, because I have prepared a path for you where your hands will prosper, your mind will conceive, and your life will overflow with blessings. You will be a millionaire because your mind is the soil in which wealth is planted, and the seeds of abundance can only grow when sown with faith, vision, and relentless discipline. Wealth is not a mere accident or the result of luck. It is the manifestation of principles that are timeless and universal. Principles that those who succeed understand and live by every day. First, you must believe it in your spirit before it can manifest in your reality. Many people talk about wealth, they dream about riches, they pray for financial breakthrough, yet they remain anchored in doubt, hesitation, and fear. Your belief must be unwavering. It must be so strong that your circumstances cannot shake it, so vivid that it ignites action without delay. Every thought you entertain, every word you speak, and every decision you make should echo this conviction. You cannot plant a seed in the ground and then doubt it will grow. Similarly, you cannot plant the idea of wealth in your life and then entertain thoughts of scarcity, limitation, or impossibility. The millionaire's mind does not merely hope for wealth, it commands it with clarity and precision. You must see yourself as already possessing it, and this vision must guide your actions. Begin by thinking in terms of abundance rather than deficiency. The world is full of opportunities, yet many pass by because they look at the empty cup instead of the overflowing wellspring. Shift your perspective to recognize what is possible, and you will naturally begin to attract resources, people, and ideas that align with your vision. Next, understand that wealth requires labor, ingenuity, and strategy. It is not enough to wish, you must act. Every millionaire you study, every story of breakthrough you hear is not about chance. It is about consistent, purposeful work directed by a plan. Set goals, measure progress, adjust when necessary, and refuse to allow temporary setbacks to define your journey. When challenges arise, remember that they are not signs of failure but tests of perseverance and faith. Wealth will follow the individual who does not quit, who persists when the road is rough, and who refuses to trade short-term comfort for long-term gain. Moreover, give attention to your relationships, your character, and your integrity. Because true wealth is built not only with money, but with trust, respect, and influence. Those who handle resources wisely, treat people with honor, and maintain ethical standards create multiplying opportunities, while those who compromise their character may achieve temporary success, but never lasting abundance. Discipline your mind to focus on what you can control, cultivate habits that support growth, and align your actions with your vision. Remember, money is a tool, and your vision is the blueprint. When you combine vision, belief, consistent action, and ethical stewardship, you create a force that attracts wealth beyond imagination. Financial miracles are not reserved for a select few. They are the natural consequence of living by these principles. The difference between those who remain in struggle and those who rise to millionaire status is not luck, but mindset, preparation, and obedience to timeless laws of prosperity. Begin now by choosing to think, speak, and act like a millionaire. Rewire your mind from scarcity to abundance, from fear to faith, and from hesitation to boldness. Each day, feed your mind with ideas that inspire innovation, courage, and persistence. Build a vision so compelling that even your subconscious mind works tirelessly to achieve it. Understand that setbacks are temporary, that failures are lessons, and that consistency, not speed, governs your results. Wealth is not just about accumulation. It is about creating value, solving problems, and impacting lives. When your purpose aligns with service, your income multiplies because people naturally gravitate to solutions, leadership, and excellence. Commit to learning, growing, and adapting because the world is constantly changing and only those who evolve will remain on the path to prosperity. Your journey to becoming a millionaire begins within, in the realm of thought, belief, and intentional action. Do not wait for external conditions to be perfect. Begin where you are, use what you have, and trust that divine favor will meet your effort. Speak words of declaration over your life. Act as though abundance is already yours, and refuse to be discouraged by temporary appearances. The millionaire is not defined by wealth alone, but by the mindset that produces it, the faith that sustains it, and the discipline that protects it. Build your foundation with wisdom, cultivate it with persistence, and watch as opportunities manifest in ways that exceed human expectation. Let gratitude, faith, and unwavering focus be your companions, and you will discover that becoming a millionaire is not a distant dream, but a present reality being formed in the secret place of your mind and spirit, ready to overflow into every area of your life. To become a millionaire, you must first develop a millionaire mindset, because wealth does not come to the mind that is timid, distracted, or divided. The seed of abundance takes root in the soil of disciplined thought, persistent focus, and unwavering belief. Many people live their lives reacting to circumstances, allowing fear, doubt, and negativity to dictate their choices, but the millionaire knows that mastery begins in the mind. Your thoughts are the architects of your destiny. Every decision, every action, and every outcome is preceded by the inner conversations you hold with yourself. You must learn to control your emotions, for the mind is easily swayed when the heart is unsettled. When challenges arise, the millionaire does not panic or despair. Instead, they maintain clarity, analyze the situation, and search for creative solutions. This is not mere positivity. It is practical, strategic, and disciplined thinking. You must cultivate habits of focusing relentlessly on solutions rather than problems, for every problem contains within it the seeds of opportunity. While others see obstacles, the millionaire sees openings, doors, and pathways that others fail to recognize. Begin each day by setting your mind on victory, by affirming your purpose, and by envisioning the outcomes you desire. Guard your mind from negative influences, whether through gossip, unproductive media, or doubt-filled conversations, because the thoughts you entertain will shape the life you create. Feed your mind with knowledge, inspiration, and wisdom. Read books that stretch your understanding, listen to ideas that challenge your assumptions, and meditate on principles that lead to growth. Your mental discipline will determine how you respond under pressure, how you persevere through setbacks, and how creatively you can navigate challenges. Do not allow temporary failures to dominate your thinking, and never allow fear to paralyze your progress. The millionaire mindset is not born overnight. It is developed through daily commitment to training your thoughts, aligning your beliefs with your goals, and taking deliberate action despite uncertainty. Remember that wealth attracts attention, opportunity, and influence, and only those whose minds are prepared to handle abundance will be able to steward it wisely. By cultivating a mind that is both disciplined and visionary, you equip yourself to recognize opportunities where others see only difficulty, to act decisively when hesitation would otherwise freeze them, and to remain faithful to your financial vision even when external circumstances seem unfavorable. This mindset is the foundation upon which all wealth is built, and it is the invisible force that propels ordinary people into extraordinary financial breakthroughs, shaping not only their bank accounts but the character and influence they carry in the world. To become a millionaire, you must understand that faith alone, though powerful, is incomplete without massive, consistent action. Many people pray, hope, and dream about wealth, yet their dreams remain distant because their hands are idle and their plans lack execution. Action is the bridge between the invisible world of thought and belief and the tangible reality of financial breakthrough. Every millionaire you study, Every story of great financial achievement reveals a pattern: relentless, disciplined, purposeful action that aligns with vision. You cannot sit in your comfort zone, waiting for wealth to arrive as if by chance. You must rise, move, and act as though the future you desire is already your responsibility. Begin by defining clear, measurable goals that excite your spirit and ignite your determination. Do not settle for vague ideas of "I want to be rich" or "I want financial freedom." Specify the amount, the timeline, and the steps required. The universe, opportunity, and resources respond to clarity, not ambiguity. Once your goals are set, break them into actionable steps. Wealth is built on a series of small victories, each compounding into larger triumphs. Take action daily, even when you do not feel ready, even when the path seems uncertain. The millionaire does not wait for conditions to be perfect. They understand that the act of doing produces momentum, and momentum produces results. Discipline yourself to act consistently, because inconsistency is the enemy of progress. One day of effort may not produce wealth, but one day repeated over weeks, months, and years produces unstoppable force. When you act with faith, each step becomes a seed planted, each effort becomes a foundation laid, and each risk embraced becomes an opportunity captured. Understand that risk is not the opposite of action. It is part of the very process of growth. The millionaire evaluates risk, prepares strategically, and then moves boldly, knowing that hesitancy leads to missed opportunities. Every moment you delay, the world continues moving, and opportunities that could have been yours pass by others who were willing to act decisively. Action, however, must be intelligent and directed. Random busyness is not progress. Focused, intentional action aligned with your goals produces results. Plan carefully, but do not allow planning to become procrastination. Evaluate options, seek guidance, and learn from mentors. But when the time to act comes, act without hesitation. Remember that failure is not the enemy. It is the feedback system that refines your approach. Each mistake teaches a lesson. Each setback redirects your strategy, and each challenge strengthens your resolve. The millionaire embraces action and views setbacks as temporary adjustments rather than permanent barriers. Cultivate a mindset of persistence. Do not stop at the first no or the first obstacle. Let each resistance fuel your determination. The path to wealth is rarely smooth, but the person who perseveres with disciplined action surpasses competitors who have greater knowledge but less commitment. Align your actions with your values, for integrity ensures that your success is sustainable and respected. Seek opportunities to create value in every transaction, every relationship, and every venture. Because wealth is the natural reward of those who solve problems and meet needs. Use your time wisely, prioritize high-leverage activities, and eliminate distractions that dilute your effort. The millionaire understands that focus multiplied by action equals results, and that wasted energy produces no return. Take initiative in every area of life. Do not wait to be told. Do not wait for circumstances to be perfect, and do not wait for inspiration to strike. Action breeds inspiration. Moving forward generates confidence. Doing creates momentum. Surround yourself with people who encourage action, who hold you accountable, and who challenge you to rise above mediocrity. The company you keep shapes your habits, your beliefs, and ultimately your results. Be deliberate about whom you allow into your inner circle, because passive associations will dull your drive and limit your progress. As you act, maintain unwavering faith that your efforts are not in vain. Trust that every step taken in obedience to your vision brings you closer to financial breakthrough. Speak life over your actions. Declare your success even before it manifests, and allow your declaration to fuel your persistence. Wealth is not merely about accumulation of money. It is about the impact you create, the problems you solve, and the legacy you leave. By taking massive, consistent action, you position yourself to receive opportunities that would remain invisible to those who hesitate. Action opens doors, builds confidence, strengthens character, and attracts the resources, people, and circumstances needed to achieve extraordinary financial results. Do not fear the scale of your vision, fear only the smallness of your effort. The millionaire takes ownership of their life, moves boldly and refuses to let procrastination, fear, or doubt define their destiny. Commit to acting today, tomorrow, and every day until your vision is no longer a dream but a living reality. Each step, each effort, and each risk taken is a declaration that you will not remain ordinary, that you will not settle for less, and that you are determined to become a millionaire. The power of action, when combined with faith, clarity, and perseverance, transforms ideas into income, plans into profit, and dreams into tangible, lasting wealth. To become a millionaire, you must understand the critical importance of managing and multiplying your resources wisely. Wealth is not merely about earning, it is about stewardship, discipline, and strategic investment. Many people work tirelessly to make money, yet they fail to achieve lasting abundance because they do not know how to handle the resources they already possess. Money, time, talents, and connections are all resources given to you, and how you manage them determines the scale of your success. A millionaire thinks differently about money. They see it as a tool, not an end in itself. Each dollar, each hour, and each opportunity should be allocated purposefully toward growth, not squandered on fleeting pleasures or distractions. Discipline in managing your finances is the cornerstone of wealth creation. This begins with budgeting, understanding where every dollar goes, and eliminating wasteful expenditure. Financial discipline is not restrictive. It is liberating because it empowers you to control your future rather than being controlled by circumstances. Beyond discipline lies the principle of multiplication. The millionaire does not simply save, they invest. Every resource has the potential to produce more. Money can generate income, knowledge can produce results, relationships can open doors, and time can compound opportunities. Learn to distinguish between expenses that drain your resources and investments that grow them. Be deliberate in seeking opportunities that offer high returns, both financially and in personal growth. Develop an attitude of continuous learning about wealth, business, and investment. Educate yourself about the principles of finance, entrepreneurship, and markets so that every decision you make is informed, intentional, and designed to produce maximum results. Understand the power of leverage, for it allows you to multiply effort and impact. Leverage comes in many forms: financial leverage, human leverage, technological leverage, and strategic partnerships. The millionaire uses leverage wisely to expand their reach, amplify their results, and accelerate the journey toward abundance. Do not fear risk when it is calculated and purposeful. Rather, fear inaction and procrastination, for they are the enemies of wealth. Another key principle is diversification. Just as a tree spreads its roots wide to draw nourishment from multiple sources, the millionaire spreads resources across various channels to protect against loss and maximize growth. This includes not only financial diversification, but also diversifying skills, knowledge, and networks. Every venture, every investment, and every initiative should be approached with a mindset of creating multiple streams of value and income. Moreover, the millionaire understands the role of generosity in resource management. Wealth is not hoarded selfishly. It is multiplied through giving acts of generosity. Whether through mentoring, investing in others, or contributing to causes, create returns that money alone cannot achieve. They cultivate trust, influence, and opportunities that circle back in unexpected and exponential ways. The discipline of resource management also requires patience. Many are tempted to chase immediate gratification or high-risk, fast-return schemes, but lasting wealth is built over time with consistent, thoughtful action. Compound growth, whether through financial investments, business ventures, or personal development, is the engine of lasting millionaire status. Develop a system for tracking progress. Regularly review your finances, analyze investments, and measure outcomes. Adjust strategies when necessary, but do so intelligently, not impulsively. Wealth grows where accountability, foresight, and adjustment are present. Surround yourself with advisors, mentors, and partners who understand the principles of wealth creation. Learn from those who have achieved success, but also remain discerning. Advice must be aligned with your goals and values. Protect your resources from unnecessary risk. Avoid debt that does not produce growth, and cultivate habits that preserve capital while expanding opportunities. Every decision, large or small, should be measured by its potential to create value, grow wealth, and align with your long-term vision. Adopt the mindset of a steward, not a consumer. Stewardship turns ordinary resources into extraordinary results because it focuses on maximizing impact, efficiency, and returns. Wealth management is also deeply connected to mindset. Those who act recklessly, live beyond their means, or fail to plan are often caught in cycles of scarcity and stress. The millionaire cultivates self-control, foresight, and vision, recognizing that every action today shapes the financial reality of tomorrow. In addition, learn to capitalize on opportunities before others recognize them. Timing, insight, and courage are vital components of resource multiplication. While many wait for perfect conditions, the millionaire moves decisively when informed opportunities arise, understanding that action combined with wisdom produces exponential results. Utilize technology, systems, and processes to scale efforts and protect resources. Automation, delegation, and strategic planning are tools that allow wealth to grow without requiring your constant physical presence, freeing you to focus on high-impact activities. Recognize the importance of risk mitigation. Wealthy individuals insure their assets, diversify investments, and plan contingencies, ensuring that temporary setbacks do not derail long-term progress. They understand that fortune favors the prepared mind, and the well-managed portfolio cultivate a long-term perspective. The millionaire thinks not only about immediate returns, but about sustainable growth that will continue to generate value across years and even generations. Decisions are made with legacy in mind, ensuring that wealth is preserved and multiplied for the future. Most importantly, integrate integrity into your financial management. Wealth acquired dishonestly or through exploitation is fleeting. True millionaire status combines ethical stewardship, strategic management, disciplined investment, and a heart aligned with purpose. By using your resources wisely, investing strategically, and managing your finances with discipline, you create a foundation that is unshakable, enabling you to seize opportunities, multiply wealth, and achieve financial freedom. The journey to becoming a millionaire is not simply about making more money. It is about cultivating wisdom in the use of every asset, multiplying opportunities, and aligning every action with the vision of abundance, security, and meaningful impact. When you master the art of resource management, every dollar, every hour, and every connection works for you, creating momentum, multiplying results, and positioning you on the path to lasting millionaire status, where financial prosperity is not a dream, but a natural outcome of intentional, disciplined, and strategic living. To become a millionaire, you must recognize that the people around you determine your trajectory more than any amount of skill, knowledge, or hard work alone. Your network is your net worth, and your circle of influence can either elevate you toward extraordinary success or anchor you in mediocrity. Every interaction, every relationship, and every connection has the potential to shape your thinking, open doors to opportunities, and multiply your results. The millionaire understands this principle and invests carefully in relationships that inspire, challenge, and encourage growth. Surround yourself with individuals who dream bigger than you, who hold themselves accountable to higher standards, and who refuse to settle for less than excellence. When you associate with people of vision, you are exposed to ideas, strategies, and insights that stretch your mind and expand your perspective. These relationships serve as catalysts, pushing you beyond the limits of your own imagination and forcing you to act in alignment with your ambitions. Conversely, if you allow yourself to remain in the company of those who complain, doubt, or resist change, your progress will inevitably stall. Negative influences are contagious. They shape your mindset, drain your energy, and subtly convince you that your goals are too ambitious or impossible. To protect your potential, you must be deliberate about whom you spend your time with, whom you trust, and whom you allow into your inner circle. Build relationships with mentors, people who have already achieved what you aspire to achieve. Learn from their experience, observe their habits, and adopt the strategies that have proven effective. Mentorship is invaluable because it allows you to bypass unnecessary mistakes, accelerate your learning, and gain insights that would take years of trial and error to discover on your own. Equally important is the principle of reciprocity. Relationships are not one-sided. They thrive when mutual value is exchanged. As you connect with people who can help you grow, seek ways to serve, support, and add value to their lives, the energy you invest in others multiplies and often returns in forms you could not have anticipated. Opportunities, partnerships, resources, and even guidance. Cultivate relationships with peers who are equally ambitious, driven, and committed to success. These are the people who push you to do more, dream bigger, and hold you accountable when you waver. They celebrate your victories and challenge you to rise above your limitations. Surrounding yourself with the right peers ensures that your vision is reinforced rather than diluted, and that your actions remain aligned with the pursuit of excellence. Pay attention also to the environments in which you operate. Wealthy, successful, and high-achieving individuals often move in spaces that foster innovation, creativity, and collaboration. Seek communities, networks, and forums where knowledge is shared, resources are accessible, and motivation is abundant. Your environment is like fertile soil for your ambitions. Plant yourself in places where growth is inevitable. Guard against envy, competition, and toxicity within your circle. While a healthy sense of challenge can drive improvement, destructive comparisons, gossip, and negativity will erode your confidence and focus. A millionaire chooses relationships that inspire, not drain, that empower, not diminish, that elevate, not constrain. Invest time in developing strong interpersonal skills. Influence, persuasion, and leadership are not innate. They are cultivated through communication, empathy, and integrity. The ability to inspire others to follow your vision, support your mission, and collaborate toward shared goals amplifies your impact and accelerates wealth creation. Remember that every relationship in your life has the potential to be a door to new opportunities. A single conversation, connection, or partnership can catalyze a breakthrough that transforms your financial trajectory. Therefore, approach every interaction with intentionality, professionalism, and authenticity. Do not underestimate the value of trust, reliability, and character in building relationships. People are drawn to those they can depend upon, and those who cultivate integrity attract high-quality connections that produce long-term results. Networking is not simply about collecting contacts. It is about cultivating meaningful relationships that are mutually beneficial and aligned with purpose. Seek out individuals who challenge your thinking, hold you accountable, and inspire you to grow beyond your current limitations. Avoid those who promote complacency, doubt, or fear, for their influence will quietly hinder your progress. Remember that your network is not static. It evolves as you evolve. As you rise, your circle must rise with you. Surrounding yourself with people who are more advanced, knowledgeable, and ambitious than you ensures continuous learning, exposure to new ideas, and access to opportunities that you could not create alone. Take responsibility for your relationships. Invest in people. Celebrate their successes. Mentor where you can, and give without expectation of immediate return. Generosity strengthens bonds and creates a culture of reciprocity that multiplies influence and opportunities. Cultivate patience in relationships, for building trust and meaningful connections requires time. The seeds you plant today in your network may take months or years to yield fruit, but they will ultimately produce results far beyond what any isolated effort could achieve. Leverage the power of collaboration. The millionaire recognizes that wealth is rarely created in isolation. Partnerships, joint ventures, and strategic alliances enable you to combine strengths, share resources, and access markets or ideas that would otherwise be unattainable. Approach collaboration with a mindset of mutual benefit, clarity of purpose, and respect for the value each party brings to the table. Avoid toxic relationships at all costs. Surrounding yourself with naysayers, complainers, or individuals who resist progress is a silent barrier to your success. Your inner circle should fuel confidence, reinforce your vision, and motivate consistent action toward your goals. The people you choose to associate with shape your habits, your mindset, and ultimately your destiny. Commit to continual growth in your network. Attend events, seek mentors, connect with peers, and intentionally position yourself among those who can elevate your trajectory. Understand that influence is cumulative. The relationships you build today will compound into opportunities, insights, and resources that propel your financial growth exponentially. Remember, money and opportunities often flow to those who are strategically connected. A single relationship can lead to partnerships, contracts, investments, or ideas that multiply your income and accelerate your journey to millionaire status. Do not underestimate the importance of nurturing these relationships with care, integrity, and consistency. Finally, understand that the millionaire's influence is reciprocal. By adding value to others, mentoring, sharing resources, and supporting your network, you not only strengthen relationships but also create an ecosystem of abundance where wealth, knowledge, and opportunities circulate freely. Your network becomes both a mirror and a multiplier of your success. By surrounding yourself with the right people, investing in meaningful relationships, and actively contributing value to your circle, you position yourself to receive opportunities, guidance, and influence that will exponentially accelerate your path to becoming a millionaire. The principle is simple. Who you spend your time with and the quality of relationships you cultivate directly shape your ability to achieve extraordinary financial results, create lasting impact, and realize a life of abundance. To become a millionaire, you must develop unshakable persistence and unwavering belief, because the road to wealth is rarely smooth, and only those who endure emerge victorious. Many people begin the journey with excitement and hope, only to falter when challenges arise, when setbacks occur, or when results do not appear immediately. The millionaire, however, understands that temporary difficulties are not permanent barriers. They are tests, lessons, and opportunities for growth. Persistence is the vehicle that carries vision from the realm of imagination into the reality of achievement. Without it, ideas remain dormant, plans remain on paper, and dreams remain distant fantasies. You must cultivate the ability to continue, even when circumstances are unfavorable, when resources seem insufficient, or when the path forward is unclear. Each obstacle you encounter is an invitation to strengthen your resolve, refine your strategy, and grow in skill and wisdom. Wealth is often achieved not by those who never fail, but by those who refuse to give up. Failure is inevitable on the road to success, but persistence transforms failure into feedback. When you fall, rise immediately, learn from the experience, and adjust your approach. Understand that the millionaire views obstacles as opportunities for innovation, growth, and breakthrough. What seems like a dead end to one person becomes a stepping stone for another who refuses to quit. Cultivate patience alongside persistence, for wealth is rarely instant. Many chase shortcuts, hoping for rapid results, but sustainable millionaire status is built through consistent, disciplined effort over time. Compound growth of skills, knowledge, relationships, and resources is the product of relentless commitment to the journey. Train your mind to reject doubt, fear, and discouragement. Affirm daily that your goal is achievable, that your vision is valid, and that no setback can deter your progress. Your belief in yourself and your purpose must be stronger than any external circumstance. Speak words of faith over your life. Visualize your success with clarity, and allow your inner conviction to drive your external actions. Surround yourself with reminders of your vision, notes, plans, mentors, and environments that reinforce your commitment. Eliminate influences that encourage quitting, doubt, or complacency. Your persistence must be coupled with strategic action. It is not blind effort, but disciplined, informed, and intentional effort that produces results. The millionaire does not act recklessly, but consistently, with focus, patience, and resilience. Every small action, repeated daily, compounds into significant achievement. Maintain flexibility within persistence. Obstacles may require new strategies, adaptation, and creative problem-solving. Persistence does not mean rigidly adhering to a failing plan. It means continuously moving toward the goal with courage, wisdom, and determination. Embrace a mindset that sees every challenge as temporary and every effort as an investment in your future. Understand that criticism, rejection, and resistance are part of the journey. The difference between those who succeed and those who quit is the ability to interpret these experiences as fuel rather than as deterrents. Stay committed to your principles and values, even when the journey is difficult, because integrity ensures that your success is sustainable and respected. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. For recognition of incremental wins strengthens resolve and keeps momentum alive. Use setbacks as opportunities to innovate, to learn, and to grow stronger. Wealth is rarely linear. It is the accumulation of victories, lessons, adjustments, and renewed effort over time. Develop a strong support system. Mentors, peers, family, and partners who encourage your persistence, hold you accountable, and provide guidance when needed. Their influence reinforces your commitment and provides perspective during challenging times. Visualize your destination consistently. Picture yourself as already having achieved your financial goals, living the life of abundance, and impacting others positively. Let this vision drive your daily actions, sustain your energy, and inspire unwavering commitment. Practice resilience by taking responsibility for every outcome, refusing to blame circumstances, and maintaining control over your response to difficulties. The millionaire understands that setbacks are inevitable, but surrendering is optional. Build habits that support persistence, disciplined routines, consistent action steps, ongoing learning, and regular review of progress. Habits compound effort into results and provide structure that sustains commitment when motivation wanes. Trust in the process even when results are delayed. Recognize that visible results often lag behind persistent effort, but consistent application produces eventual breakthrough. Let patience, faith, and perseverance guide your journey. Do not be discouraged by temporary appearances, by the speed of others' progress, or by moments of stagnation. Wealth is the product of sustained effort over time, and your commitment must exceed the duration of obstacles. Strengthen your inner conviction daily. Affirm your goals, visualize success, and speak life over your actions. The combination of belief and persistent effort creates an unstoppable force, attracting opportunities, resources, and circumstances aligned with your vision. Remember that every millionaire story includes moments of doubt, challenge, and struggle, but what differentiates them is their refusal to quit. Their persistence transforms setbacks into stepping stones and obstacles into opportunities. Wealth flows to those who endure, who continue when others falter, and who act with faith in spite of temporary difficulty. Embrace the mindset that no obstacle is too great, no failure is permanent, and no external circumstance can prevent you from reaching your destiny. Commit to moving forward daily, relentlessly, and intentionally until your vision manifests in reality. Recognize that persistence is more than effort. It is a declaration of purpose, a testimony of faith, and a demonstration of unwavering commitment to your destiny. The millionaire's journey is not for the faint-hearted, but for those who are determined to rise above challenges, remain steadfast in their belief, and take consistent action until their dreams are fully realized. Your persistence, fueled by faith, vision, and disciplined action, will ultimately turn every setback into a setup, every failure into a lesson, and every step forward into a milestone on the road to millionaire status. By refusing to quit, by embracing resilience, and by believing that your financial breakthrough is inevitable, you position yourself to receive abundance in ways that surpass expectation, transforming your life and leaving a legacy of excellence, prosperity, and impact for generations to come.